What is up, all my dorks, nerds, geeks, and gamers? It's your host Ghost here, and today we're going to be checking out another issue of another episode of Wet Ink. Today we're going to be looking at Spider-Man Spider Shadow 2, which is the continuation of the What If storyline of what if Peter Parker kept the Venom symbiote for himself, and what if he actually killed the villains to make sure they don't do any more harm in the future. And so last week we ended with issue 1, where he did actually kill the Hobgoblin and leave him for dead, which is actually right back here, you can see. Which a great story, sets up a lot of awesome arcs for a lot of characters that we didn't see them go on past. We've never seen them go on before. So it's been a very wild ride. So I was very excited to get issue 2. I was ready to hop right into it and see what we have with this issue. So yeah, let's go ahead and talk about it and see what you guys think about it down in the comments down below. Let me know. So we start this issue off with more of Peter and his dreams, kind of arguing back and forth with the symbiote. Does he deserve the power? Should he have this power? It's the only thing that makes him feel like himself, and if killing Hobgoblin was the right thing to do. And the symbiote convinces him, yes, it was the right thing to do, and there's really no other way to go back now. Now you just kind of have to continue what you've already started. So, we got Peter, who's unwilling to give up the symbiote. He's kind of walking through New York, contemplating on himself. Am I a murderer? Am I a bad guy? Did I do the wrong thing? Then we cut to Kingpin, who is terrified because he's realizing, you know what, Spider-Man's not playing. He's actually killing people. I need to find out if he's actually killing people, like if he's actually going full force killing people. So what he does is he goes over and he sends in Scorpion and Shocker to try to fight Spider-Man, but that's coming up really soon. Before that, we cut to J. Jonah Jameson talking to Robbie Robinson. They're both talking about Spider-Man. Is he a murderer? Is he not a murderer? Robbie Robinson's like he's not a murderer, but maybe he's just going on the wrong path, or something's wrong with him, and something like that. Well, here comes Spider-Man crashing right through the window, straight for J. Jonah Jameson. He goes straight in for him, grabs his arm, pins it up against the wall, and he's threatening him. He's like, don't put my names in your tabloids. Don't call me a bad guy when you don't know anything of the situation. And he actually breaks his arm right then and there, right there up against the wall. And after he breaks his arm, he's like, you know what, you want to call me a criminal? Then fine, I'll give you a reason to call me a criminal. Breaks his arm, and out the window he goes. And Spider-Man is gone. And as a continuation of last week, then we cut to the Fantastic Four, Mr. Fantastic and the other members of the Fantastic Four, who are still, Johnny Storm and Ben Grimm, who are still looking for a cure for Peter Parker, because they know it's changing his mind mentally, and they're saying if they don't get this symbiote off him, it's going to alter his brain completely, and it could potentially kill him. So they're worried about him, and they're looking for Peter Parker wherever they can. After that, we cut to MJ, who's going to check in on Peter. And as she goes into his bedroom, he's actually suspended. An awesome artwork, by the way. He's suspended on the ceiling by the symbiote on all sides, so he's kind of just floating there. And she thinks something's wrong. She's like, oh my god, what is going on here? But he's like, no, it's actually just really comfortable. It's really easy for me to sleep that way, being suspended off the bed. So she freaks out a little bit, and she said, this thing's taking over your life, and he's like, it's not, so he leaves out of anger. And then he gets attacked from Shocker and Scorpion, who I said was sent by Kingpin earlier to see how far Spider-Man actually is taking this killing thing, if he actually is killing villains, or if that was just a one-time off thing, because the Hobgoblin killed Aunt May last issue, so maybe they thought that maybe it was a revenge thing. But yeah, no, he's not playing around. He kicks Shocker right off a rooftop right away, and doesn't even attempt to catch him at all. And then Scorpion shows up, and he just sends his symbiote right down Scorpion's mouth, and just basically suffocates him right then and there. And Shocker, who's on the ground now from falling off a rooftop, he says, oh my god, and that's all he says. He says Fisk was right, and he tries to kill Spider-Man, and he does a shot to him, and he misses, and Spider-Man, of course, goes in. And we don't know what happens to Shocker there, but the next panel gives us a little clue. Spider-Man shows up at Fisk's house, drops Shocker's arm right in front of Fisk, drops Scorpion's stinger in front of Fisk, and Fisk is like, so yeah, you knew it was me that sent those guys. Are you here to finish me off, to stop me from doing this in the future, or whatever? And with one punch, Spider-Man bashes Fist's skull in, and just all you see is the blood and guts coming out of his head when he gets punched through it. So, of course, with Fist now dead, Shocker dead, and Scorpion now dead, Doc Ock, Mysterio, Kraven the Hunter, Rhino, and Electro get together. That's 5 villains, by the way. And as we know, the Sinister Six consists of 6 villains, but the twist here in this What If issue, which is blowing my mind, there's 2 twists in the very end that blow my mind, which want me to keep reading this series more and more. It's a very good series. Is that Sinister Six decide, you know what, we're going to team up with J. Jonah Jameson, because he's got a personal vendetta against Spider-Man now, and he's a good asset to have, with him being the former mayor, and with him having connections to the underground and stuff like that. So they decide to make J. Jonah Jameson the 6th member of the new Sinister Six that are going after this evil Spider-Man, trying to stop him from killing them. But there's one more twist before this issue's over, which once again blew my mind. Once Doc Ock is done with this meeting with the other 5 members, he cuts it off, and one of his henchmen actually come up behind Doc Ock, stab him in the back with a knife, and the henchman takes off his mask, revealing Eddie frickin' Brock, guys. Eddie Brock says, you know what, you can't kill Spider-Man because that's my job. I'm going to kill Spider-Man. So now we got Eddie Brock going after the Venom version of Spider-Man, who's killing people. Such a compelling story to have all these characters going in completely different directions that I've never ever seen in the Spider-Man universe. Or at least if we have seen, it's only been bits here, pieces here of this story, that story. This is all these things accumulating to an awesome Spider-Man story. So I'm definitely excited for it. Issue 3 can't come soon enough. It's going to be Venom Spider-Man versus the Sinister Six, with, I'm sure, Eddie Brock coming in to try to kill him with however way he can. I'm very, very excited, guys. Let me know down below what you guys think of the Spider-Man Spider Shadow issue 2. Let me know what you think of the whole series overall. If you guys haven't read it, I highly, highly recommend this one. Very awesome artwork, very well done story. It's dark, but it's still taking Spider-Man's in those stories that we want to see, questions that we want to see the character go through. So that's very excited for me. I highly recommend this one to you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed another episode of Wet Ink. Like I said, let me know down below what you guys think of this series or other series that you want me to check out. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. And as always, I've been your host, Ghost Guys. Adios.